What is going on, everybody? Ronin1011 here for Zephix Education on the Zephix TV network. That's right. And what you're looking at is the first in a short series, a long series. I don't know what it's going to be, but it's a series about Adobe Premiere. And I want to just show you guys the basics of how to use Premiere. A lot of people use Vegas out there, and that's great and dandy, but I like Premiere. I use Premiere a lot. So anyone who's looking for tutorials on Premiere, here it is. I'm going to show you the basics. And we're going to be using Adobe Premiere Pro CS6. This is the latest one, pretty much. This is the one I edited in. It's got some new features and stuff. But anyway, so like I said, this series we're going to do the basics. This episode, what we're going to do is I'm just going to show you how to create a new project, a new timeline, and then how to import footage. And that's it. So let's get right into it, okay? So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to open up your Premiere, and you're going to get this window here. Now, if you have other projects, great. If you don't, you'll have nothing there. What you do is you're going to go to New Project. Now, from here, you want to, this is where you're going to set up your entire project, okay? So, general, basically, it speaks for itself. Video, you're going to just leave everything the way it is, and it should be fine, okay? What you want to do is you want to go into, you want to pick a location where you're going to be putting your project file. So for example, I'm going to put it, I have a folder called Premiere Projects. I'm going to make a new folder right now. We're just going to call it, we'll call it Toots. Okay, so you select it, boom, and then you select it right here, and now you can see the location is going to be Toots. Now I'm going to name the project, and I'm just going to call it Toot1. Okay, and Toot means tutorial. Now before we hit OK, I just want to show you what the scratch disks are. Scratch disks means your hard drive space. So depending, if you're capturing through Premiere, then this is where you want to set. But if you're not capturing through Premiere, you could just leave it. This is, you know, except if you want to change your video previews to a location where you're going to have, you know, where you're going to use your previews, and it's going to, preview is going to, it renders out whatever is on the screen, but it makes its own little video file, so it plays back faster. Previews help if you have a computer that isn't as fast maybe as it should be, or you know, it could save a lot of computing power if you pre-render things. That's basically what a preview is. It's a pre-render. So you'd want to set these up in a location where you're going to have enough space. You can see this drive right here. I only have 47 gigs. That's not going to be enough for me. But anyway, like I said, I don't use previews when I edit. So we're going to go back to general, and we're going to keep everything the way it is, and we're going to hit OK. Now the next window you're going to come up with is your new sequence. Your sequence is your timeline. So if you're used to Vegas or any other editing program or software, or normally it's called a timeline. It's called a sequence in Adobe Premiere. Don't ask me why. It's just what it is. So now this is a little daunting because now you get here and this is what you're looking at. And you're like, what the hell is this? I don't know what to do. Okay, so if you don't have any other presets, and if you're just starting out, what you're going to do is you're going to you can open up, depending on what country you're in. If you'll know whether you're PAL or NTSC. Okay, America is NTSC. That's our TV system. PAL is going to be in Europe and other countries. So figure out which one you want that you need, okay? Don't worry about these other ones. Like I said, I'm just going to very quickly show you how to do this stuff, okay? Now, if you're doing this like I do for game videos and stuff like that, then this is what you're going to want to do. Okay, if you look down here in custom, I have two that I've made myself for YouTube. One is 1080p, one is 720p. I won't edit anything less than 720p, and I won't put anything out less than 720p. My average is 720, but sometimes I'll put stuff out in 1080. It depends. If you don't know what that means, that is the frame size. That is your screen size, okay? 720p is 1280 in height by 720 wide, okay? I'm sorry, it's 1280 wide by 720 high. Okay, but that's 720p. All right? 1080p is going to be 1920 by 1080. If you have a widescreen monitor, then this should sound familiar to you. If you've done editing before, then this should sound familiar to you. So I'm not going to go too much into that, but what I will show you is how to create a new one, okay? Because you won't have these. Those are mine. I created them. Let me show you how to create them. I'm going to go to widescreen 48K. Normally, you're probably going to be recording your audio in 48 or 44K, and that's 48,000 samples per second. That's the quality of your audio, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to start with this one here. We're going to go the widescreen 48K, and we're going to go to settings. Okay, you can see what the settings are here, okay? We're going to go to the settings. You can see it's 720 by 480 in widescreen, but that's not high def. Okay, high def is going to be 1280 by 720. So what you want to do here is you're going to go to your editing mode, and you're going to custom. Okay, you can leave your frame rate depending on what you recorded in. If you recorded 30, if you recorded from Fraps or something, you're going to record 30. You can do whatever you want, but Mainly you're going to pump out in either 29.9 or 30 frames per second. I'm not going to get into why those are those numbers, but then when you get here, you're going to change this, okay? And you're going to put in 1280 by 720, okay? That's going to be 720p. But if you notice here, the frame the frame size is not correct. It's basing it off of this aspect ratio, this pixel aspect ratio. So what you need to do is to square things up, you got to go to change it to square pixels, because all of this stuff is anamorphic and everything. You're not gonna unless you're shooting in a camera, you don't need any of this stuff. Basically, you're capturing footage and it's all square pixels. And if you notice, I changed it back, and now there's no more multiples of 16 by 9. Now it's a 16 by 9 flat out. Now, you're also going to record, if you're using a capture card or any external or internal capture card, chances are you're probably going to do a progressive, because PlayStation and Xbox can pump out in progressive scan. So I'm going to go with on the assumption that you're going to be doing 1080p or 720p. P is for progressive scan. So we're going to leave it at progressive scan. That way there's no interlacing in your footage, okay? Now, if you record at 1080i and then you do progressive scan, then that's going to change. It's going to change the footage and what it's going to look like. Then you might want to do lower field first, okay? A frame is made up, I'll tell you quickly, a frame is made up of two fields, an upper and a lower, or an odd and an even. And so one frame of video technically will have two things, two portions to it, two parts. But you won't need to know that, because, like I said, we're going to go with progressive scan if that's the case. If you have any questions about it, let me know. So we're going to change. We're going to have, if you know what you recorded in, whether it was 48 or 44, it'll most likely, at the very least, be 44. If it is, change it. If not, put it at 48. It's not going to make a difference whether you record it. Now, video previews, like I said earlier, if this is going to be if you want to save your hard drive space or your computing power, you can pre-render and then edit that way. I change this to an AVI. Sometimes it'll be on something like this. I just keep it as an AVI. I put it to DV NTSC, and it's a lower quality than the original, but you can always change that once you get into the thing. Now what you want to do is, once you have this, you can save the preset, okay? Like save it, YouTube, 720. All right, and then you put a description if you want. I don't need to save it, I already have this. But what you're going to do is you're going to name the sequence name. Now, this sequence name, I should point out, this is going to be the name of the file. Okay, this is your timeline again. Sequence equals timeline. This is going to be the name of your file. So I'll just put Premiere to 1. Now, when I edit and when I export, it's going to. This is what the name of the file is going to be. I mean, I can change it, but initially this is what it's going to be. So when we're done with all that, let's go into your tracks too. Your tracks, this is the default system. It gives you 3 video tracks and 2 audio tracks. Right now, that's all you're going to need. You can always add after you set up this whole project, okay? So we're going to leave everything the way it is, okay? So now that we have everything set, we saved the preset, we named it the sequence / timeline, and now we're ready to go edit. So let's go OK. So here we are. This is what the editing window looks like, everything. And here you have your source monitor. When you add a clip in here, you're gonna have your effects control here. This is your audio mixer. There's your metadata if you want to put anything in. If you don't know what metadata is, look it up. Anyway, and here is gonna be where your program monitor is. So anything you put in the timeline, this is your sequence, your actual timeline here. And then here you have these other folders here, okay? This is going to be your browser, basically, where you can, not your browser, but where all of your clips and everything are going to be. As you can see, there's a sequence already here. This is a timeline. This is where all of your media is going to go. Here's a media browser where you can very easily, quickly find whatever you're looking for to add into your project. There's info on whatever media you have selected in there. These are your effects, which we'll get into in a later date. These will be your markers for your DVDs, whatever you author in here. And then this is a history where you can go and undo and do all that good stuff. Okay, down here are your tools, which we'll get into, when we need them. And then, so let's go over to the timeline. Okay, so this is your scrubber. Okay, you can move it back and forth like this. This is your overall rendering section, or whatever's going to be rendered. This is that little bar right there. Okay, down here is your scroll bar and your timing. If you can either hold down Alt and scroll your middle mouse wheel, and it will zoom in and out, which we'll show you in a second. or you can grab these little handles here, and these are your, like I said, you're editing your tracks. Okay, three video. Oh, give us 3 audio. Okay, and there's a master track, but you don't have to worry about that. Okay, so now that we have those basic controls down, let me show you how to import. Okay, one way to do it is you can go to your media browser, and you can go to your wherever you put your footage. Okay, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna load in. You can see I have some of my videos here. There's some Black Ops videos. Now, what's cool about Premiere 6 is that if you put your cursor in here, it will scrub for you. This is a new feature with CS6, but it will scrub through the video, so you can almost like kind of pre-edit in a way. Okay, but I know which one I want to use. I'm gonna go and we'll pick this one. Okay, and then what you do is, so I can take that, I can open the file, okay, and now it's in my source monitor, okay, and I can edit from there. Another way you could do it is you can double click right inside the project folder, and then you can go and you can find your video. Go here. Nope, that's not the one I wanted. Is that the one I had? No. Nope, this one. And now I imported the file. Now it's in the project. This other way, it just threw it into here. But from here, if I wanted to, I could take this and drag this down here and edit in there. Okay, so there's a couple of different ways that you can put stuff in. I don't need double, so we'll just do that. But now, like you saw, I double clicked it and went to the source monitor. This is where you can pre-edit your videos. Okay, and I'm not gonna. We just hit play. Play a little kill confirm. Running around with an auto pistol. Okay, but I want to show you here. You can see the attributes of the video. It was recorded in 12. If you click on here, it was recorded at 1280 by 720 at square pixels, 16 by 9, 29.97 at 48K stereo. And if you look, I usually like to compare to make sure that the videos are all the same. The videos match my sequence, and you can see it's the same thing. Okay, 1281, you see that stuff. All right, so that's basically it. That's all I'm going to show you guys right now. I hope you learned a little bit from this. And the next episode in Basics 2, we'll get into editing the clips, throwing them on the timeline, and doing all that stuff. So, any questions, please let me know. There's a lot of information to cover. I try to condense it all as quickly as possible. I talk a lot, so hopefully it wasn't too much. But any questions, let me know. Please enjoy. Let me know how it goes, and stay tuned for the next one. Don't forget to check out all the videos on Zephix Network, all our tutorials and really cool videos on Zephix Education, our music channels, Fame, everyone we got. Check us all out, and please check me out, Ronin1011. My link's in the description as well. Check out my videos and my Black Ops and Battlefield and Minecraft videos and all that good stuff. Shameless plug. Boom. That's it, guys. Zephix for the win. Peace out.